Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Sports Church right here on the VRR, Veteran Revolt Radio. I'm your host, John Cremain, a.k.a. Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. A.k.a. Friar Mini. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. 2311 was my MOS. I'm a card-carrying member to E4 Mafia, allegedly. And I'm a founding member of VRR. So we're coming to you live from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble. Get on over there. If you don't have a Twitter account, go get one. Twitter is so much more fun now. It's actually quite hilarious. YouTube account, get that. Go over, search Veteran Revolt Radio. It was like, get on over to Rumble, support Rumble. Rumble's doing great things. I hate to say too many bad things about YouTube, but it's not what it was. And Rumble's the alternative, and they're great. And there's a lot of good content out there for you guys. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you hit the like button, share, and comment. It helps us out tremendously. If you don't, the algorithm doesn't like us, and we need all the help we can get. Because I mean, look at us. So what's Sports Church? It's where we gather together to worship at the altar of competition, where grown men and women play with balls, drive around in circles, and beat the shit out of each other. So good times, right? And let's get on with it. We got a lot to unpack in a short time to do it. We're going to cover some NBA, NHL, unfortunately. We're going to talk baseball. We're going to talk auto racing. We're going to talk MMA. So without further ado, let's bring on the co-host. He's a United States Naval veteran. He's also my co-host on The Bar, which you catch on the VRR network every Saturday night at 2100 Eastern Standard Time. We had a great show last night. Had Lilith Grant on, excuse me, the creator of the Facebook page, Low Ranks, and the United States Marine Corps veteran herself. Very funny lady, and we had a good time. But yeah, he's a United States Naval veteran, Fleet Marine Force Corpsman, hence the name Double Doc. He covers all things I hate or just don't really pay attention to. So he's a big help. He's one of my very good friends. Please welcome to the altar, Double Doc. What up, man?
What is up? How are you doing?
I'm all right. James is being a bit of a butthead today, and Edith almost made me have a stroke. So
Yeah, so usual Sunday.
Yeah, man. Like she cried for like I kid you, I fed her 4 ounces, and it was the only time she wasn't screaming. So that was fun. And then because I know she's doing this on purpose, I know I could prove it, right? Empirically, I could prove it. Because the second my brother-in-law walked in the door, a witness.
Mm-hmm. It stopped.
Yeah. I'm like, I looked at her and I swear to God, she shot me a smile. I'm like, oh. Have a daughter, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Whoops. Yeah, and so James found found a permanent marker, and I almost died because I thought I had left mine out where I bring stuff home from work all the time. You put stuff in your pockets and you forget about it. And I always have a marker and I always have a pen on me and I always have a box cutter on me. And I'm pretty good about, stowing the box cutter and everything like that. It's usually with my weapon when I'm home because, so it's not in the James doesn't have the ability to get it. And I'm like, oh God, I left my marker out. And now it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So yeah. But he decided to take that permanent marker and write all over the bathroom. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that was fun. Walk outside to smoke a cigarette. the phrase no father wants to hear. Your son, oh shit, no, what'd he do? Yeah. Yep. Your son wrote a permanent marker all over the bathroom. And I'm like, oh well, I didn't even she had that look on her face. I didn't even attempt to be like my son. No, I was just like, okay, like let's not push it right now. She's a little murderous. You know that murderous look in the eye they get? Yeah, so, yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up, my brother? How you doing, Dean? Hey, Carl, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Hope things are well. Family's doing well. All that. Thanks for tuning in, sharing us out. Appreciate it. All right, let's get it going. Let's keep it going. All right, we call him Pops because he's my Pops. He's our auto racing contributor. He's been in the business for 50 years or so, and so can't think of anybody else to speak on the matter than him. Without further ado, welcome to the altar of competition known as Sports Church. Pops.
Hey, good afternoon, all.
What's up?
It's hot here. I don't know where everybody else is, but it's plain cooking out here.
Yeah, it's about 85 up here.
And it's still racing. They're still racing in St. Louis, and I guess it's got to be over 120 degrees there. It's nuts.
Goes to Minnie's house, sees a mark in her safe. Oh, bro, why is there fully semi-automatic pen in your safe?
Just give him a paintbrush and super glue it to his hand and say, now paint the walls.
Nah, no. And the best part was Grandpa swooped him up to take him out for ice cream after he's been a shit all day long. Oh, God. All right.
You know you're in deep shit when the words your son.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my eyes got pretty wide. I was like, oh, no. What'd he do? Oh, man.
Hey, Devil Doc, I got to tell you, when you first appeared on camera, it looked like you had bows in your hair.
Bow?
The curtains the curtains on the window behind
I see it. It
looked like you had bows there. I go,
like
what the hell's he doing?
I was taking
emotional damage.
Good Lord. Oh, by the way, I did look like this morning.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
Yep.
I got up in the morning, I lit a cigarette, and for a second, before it lit, I actually engaged the lighter. I thought I might blow up from the fucking fumes coming out of my mouth. Because for some reason, I thought it was a good idea to talk to Tim on the phone for like 2 hours while drinking after a 3-hour show where all I did was drink. I woke up this morning and I was just like, oh, somebody find the cat that shit in my mouth and hit me in the head with a hammer. Like, what's going on?
I woke up, I was like, how was the show last night? They're like, oh, it was great. I'm like, okay, so nothing happened? Or like, no, you fell asleep after the show. I'm like, oh, okay.
You were fading fast at the end, though. You were fading fast at the end. I was like, oh, man, Doc's gone. He's gone. All right, let's wrap this up because if he's done, then we're all done. So, yeah. Oh, look, a priest and a couple of wise asses is nice.
What do we know about Pook? Is he still alive or what?
He's here. That's just getting to that, but good transition.
Good segue.
Good segue, if you will. He's one of my best friends of all time. Been friends with him for over a quarter of a century. He served with me and alongside me at the all-inclusive resort known as 43 area, Las Pulgas, guest of the most holistic company in Marine Corps history, ammo company, first Supply Battalion, first Force Service Support Group, first MAR Div. We had a lot of shenanigans and did a lot of funny things, and we both have stories to no end. But without further ado, welcome our MMA and gambling contributor, brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
All right.
Let us proclaim the mystery of smashing people in the face in the UFC ESPN fights. Oh. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, look, you got to help me with some, Pook. What's this? A bunch of Marines got beat up in L.A. on the beach.
I don't know, man. It must have been I'll tell you what. I'll say this, with the level of, I got into a bad fight one time and a bunch of guys sat on their hands. I don't know if you remember that, Mini, but I mean, I remember
was this a TJ? Yeah, it was a TJ at the
Yeah. About 3 of us got housed. I was fighting. I got my ass kicked when I was in the Marines. I was fighting about, oh my God, man. I tell you what, I started out fighting 4 Mexicans. Next thing you know, I'm fighting the guy on the hot dog cart. And the guy just passing by the cowboy hat. They knocked me out. I freaking pissed myself. There's girls cheering. They ripped my shirt off of my head. They're twirling over their heads, running down the street. It was a spectacle, man. I was bleeding out of every orifice of my eyes, ears, nose, freaking everything. I was bleeding wherever you can bleed. Mouth, I was bleeding.
It was apparently a Memorial Day party on the beach.
Yeah.
And the Marines were upset because some people were shooting fireworks and they were getting the debris on them. So they raised hell with them and got whooped.
Well, I mean, here you gotta remember too, you know, like, I mean, just because you're a Marine doesn't make you a superhero. I mean, if you're fighting like 3 ghetto dudes at once, I mean, it's going to be tough not to get hurt. I mean, it really is. I mean,
so. I just know that it made the national news, and I was wondering.
It did.
Since one thing they tell the guys, you don't start a fight unless you can win it.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, I'm sure there was alcohol involved, and you know, they were simply outnumbered, and
yeah, they were. It was like 40-5.
Yeah. So I mean,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can only hit so many people and drop them before somebody gets a lucky one in there, and it's your ass. So it's happened to me. Pops has seen it. I fought 4 guys, got 3 of them. Yeah. 4th guy though picked me up, slammed me on the pool table, and damn near fucking destroyed my left eye. No, you know, yeah, you're right, Pook. Though it doesn't make you bulletproof. It makes you tough as hell, but you're not bulletproof.
I mean, even a pro fighter. I mean, I'm not saying that a pro fighter couldn't take on a bunch of these guys at once, but that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if one guy is holding you down and you get kicked in the freaking head, I mean,
yeah,
you know what I mean. It only takes one guy to tie you up, and then everyone else can just have a free for all, punching and kicking you.
Sure.
Yep.
I've been there and done that. I don't like that game. That's not a fun game to play. That's not Pook's game. That's not Pook's game.
That was a young man's game, and it still wasn't fun.
It's not Pook's game. No way.
Oh man! All right. Well, since you're back from your
I'm gonna remind you of something. When you're introducing me, I'm your former senior lance corporal. All right, and it's about time you show me some respect.
Senior lance corporal.
Yes, I am his former senior lance corporal. That's a fact.
We got promoted to corporal on the same day.
To the
shock of everyone.
I'm still your former lance corporal.
To the shock of everyone in Ammo Company. Pook and Christensen and Kremer get promoted.
It was a fun time.
Remember when they called over the radio? Hey, you guys got chevrons? We're like, no. Why would we have corporal chevrons? Well, you're getting promoted.
I didn't even do my freaking MCIs, man. Why would I have corporal chevrons? Being honest, dead honest, like, right? I didn't do my MCIs. I didn't expect to get promoted.
Oh, I did all that shit. I did all that shit.
I just got caught like 6 months prior, underage drinking. Remember that or something?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, that was 2 years. I guess 2 years go by fast. Yeah.
All right.
No, I was 20 when I got caught underage drinking, though. So was I 22 when I got promoted? 2 years. Yeah, I guess you're right. All right.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I was one of their favorites. That's for sure.
Oh no, we were not. No, for sure.
I think we were though in retrospect.
Why?
Because of our personalities, you know, they probably they probably love to freaking mess with us, man. They loved it.
Yeah, this is true. We did get some weird assignments. All right, man. So what's going on, man? Get into your segment. Start off as tradition goes. You usually go first. So
yeah, we could do that. As of last night, we had a UFC on ESPN that was exciting because we had a lot of up and coming fighters, contenders, people booking for title shots and things of that nature. We had some people on that card that are pretty much relatively household names in the world of MMA. We had the former champion of the UFC, Andre Arlovski, fighting. He's getting really long in the tooth. He lost a TKO by punches. I didn't actually see the fight. He lost to a Don Tail, and his name is spelled DON' Tail, TALE.
okay.
Dontel Mays. So Dontel Mays knocked out our former champion, Andre Arlovski. And when asked after the press conference, Dana White said pretty much that, Andrew Arlovski just bought him a brand new gun and he can do whatever he wants, but he does feel his opinion. He probably should wind it down, as do most MMA fans. I thought this guy should have retired years ago, but he surprised me in some fights. He's had some wins. He's had some quality wins here and there since his comeback. But I mean, the guy's older than me. Gotta be. Or close to my age. Has to be. He's in his 40s. He's in his mid-40s. Got to be. So maybe it's time for him to hang it up, but who's am I to say? You know what I mean? Who am I to say?
Right.
So we had as a co-main event, we had Bruce Leroy, Alexander Caceres, and he was fighting Daniel. I want to butcher his name. I got right here. Penada. I butchered his name. It's too late. Yeah, Pineda. That's how you say his name. All right, Daniel Pineda. He fought Daniel Pineda to a unanimous decision. Excited fight, man. Worth watching. Worth taking a look at, man. It was a decision fight. I don't have a problem with the decision. It was a unanimous decision. I don't think anyone really would. I mean, it was an exciting fight to watch, though. I mean, it wasn't like Pineda didn't have his flashes of brilliance in that fight, man. It was an exciting fight to watch. I think Dana White, don't quote me on this, I think that might have shared some kind of fight honors for fight of the night. I think maybe with the main event, if I'm not mistaken, which was now here Amir Albazi. Got it. Fought Kayakar France. We know Kayakar France. These guys are both contending for a title. There's title implications here. And there was controversy with this decision. Some people felt that Kayakar France should have won this fight. I think that, everyone had Kayakar France winning this first round. The second round, I really have Amir Albazi winning the fight. The second round for sure. The fifth round is very interesting because Amir Albazi just spends almost the whole fifth round, holding this guy down, making him nervous, making him defend a rear naked choke. Kayakar France gets up while the guy's in the backpack, flips him around, puts him on his stomach, and now he's in charge. But that was right at the end of that round. I almost believe, even though in the playground test, if you're on top at the end of the fight, it was maybe a little too late. It was a little too late for that to happen because Amir Albazi dominated that fifth round. So a lot of people had both first and second round going to Kayakar France. If you have both first and second round going to Kayakar, I would not want to be the judges in this fight. This is one where I don't blame the judges. It's a hard fight to decide. Because it was an interesting fight because there was times when Kayakar France got some real good licks on Albazi. He got hit with a freaking leg kick and knocked him on the ground with it. I mean, it was a very hard fight to judge, but I think they got it right in this one. I really do. I believe they do. So what do you guys think? You guys get a chance to see any fights?
I did not.
There was a ladies' fight last night where a girl got viciously knee-barred. Dana White actually called it heel hooks. I did not see that fight, so I don't know if it was a heel hook or a knee bar, but I hear it was some kind of vicious submission. Let me look those ladies up just to give them a shout out for having a good fight because they were mentioned at the end of the night for having a good fight, and it ended with a submission. So you got Karen Silva submitted Kathleen Sosa, and that was with that knee bar submission in the first round. I guess it was a spectacular submission. I think that won some kind of submission of the night on or something like that, something along those lines. That pretty much wraps up my takes on UFC 46, UFC ESPN 46, Cara France Albazi. And moving on to what's happening next in the UFC, Mini.
Yeah.
Yes, what's happening next? We got Amanda Nunes, right?
Nice.
She's going to be fighting Irene Aldana.
Yeah, instead of Julia Pena, because she's hurt.
Is that a repeat?
No, I don't. No, they never fought. They never
okay.
fought. They never fought. And my opinion, the Pook's opinion, obviously Amanda's fight to lose. If she comes in there unprepared, like we've seen her come in unprepared before, it's going to be a long night for Aldana's just going to be coming. Aldana, rather, just going to be coming forward all the time and putting pressure on her. We know this. So we'll see what happens in that fight. That also, we're going to have Charles Oliveira versus Benel Darouche on that card as well. That's a fight to look forward to. That's going to be happening on June 10th. That's coming up. That's going to be a pay-per-view. We'll talk about that on next week's show, I'm sure. So
for some reason, every time I reboot my computer, the Butterbean Simonson fight comes up. and I have to watch that for 15 minutes.
You got some wicked malware on your computer.
Wow, I can't believe it.
This worth mentioning for the UFC though, I didn't do it. I want to retract. I want to go back. I want to talk a little bit about Jim Miller because Jim Miller's had a fantastic career. He's 36-17 now after sleeping Jesse Butler. So originally scheduled a fight was Jared Gordon. He said that he had a concussion 6 weeks ago, and they took him off the roster for it. He was actually bragging that he healed himself. So they didn't want to hear any of that. And the standing came in and got beat. But this led to a question that was posed to Dana White on the press conference afterwards. He says he was asked to compare Jim Miller's career to Tom Brady's because of longevity and the records that Jim Miller has set just because of his longevity. And he was diplomatic about it, but he basically said Tom Brady is a Super Bowl champ and this guy's a pretty good MMA'er. There's really no real comparison. Tom Brady's the best of the best of the best. But in the press conference last night, there was also some talk about John Jones, Tyson Fury fighting in the octagon.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know, like this, I think this will never happen, honestly, but it's worth talking about it because it's juicy. And Dana White spent, oh my God, he must have spent 5 minutes talking about it.
Nice.
If you want to look up the press conference, he said he referenced what we talked about, the quote that Tyson Fury had for Joe Rogan last week. He referenced that and he said, well, we can find this out. Step into the cage.
Right.
We're not going to send John Jones into a boxing ring. That's not happening. Step in our cage. We'll make it happen, and we'll pay you. We'll pay you out the way we did Mayweather. It was close. That's really close to the quote. We're gonna pay you out. We'll figure out a way to pay you out close to what we paid Mayweather. Come step in the cage. And they asked him if he actually wanted to make that fight more than a Stipe fight, and he said no. And I think the reason for that is probably all the headaches around that fight. But that would be a spectacle. If Tyson Fury would actually fight, I mean, I think he's going to get choked out. I'm gonna mortgage my house and put it on John Jones, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to get choked out, man. There ain't no way you just, okay, I've been a boxing gypsy all my life. Oh, I'm going to learn how to wrestle. Okay, I guess, bro. You show me that, and I will give you the title, and that's what Dana White calls me for the UFC heavyweight champion. But it'll actually be for who's the baddest man on the planet. So he's hyping that up. He's trying to maybe make that happen. He obviously wants to make that happen.
I have the section of the press conference if you want. I'll play it.
Go ahead, play it. Play it if you're allowed. I don't know what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I would have sent you all kinds of clips.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
I don't give a shit about Facebook anymore. Like, I don't care. It's all about the Rumble and the YouTube and the Twitter. So yeah, we can play this.
I'm telling Tyson Fury, whom I respect very much, if you really want to find out who the baddest man on the planet is, I will make that fight. one of the things that I want to kind of point out with you guys that happened recently, and I like Tyson Fury. I have a great relationship with Tyson Fury. So there's this debate right now about the baddest man on the planet, right? And John Jones is the baddest man on the planet. There's no doubt about it. So when you talk about who the baddest man on the planet is, if two guys fought in a fight, who would win? If you want to discuss another possible baddest man on the planet, it would be Tyson Fury, okay, in a boxing arena. And we all know that if John Jones boxed Tyson Fury, Tyson wins. All these boxing guys want to talk about this, and they want to keep it in the ring. I'm telling Tyson Fury, whom I respect very much, if you really want to find out who the baddest man on the planet is, I will make that fight. I will make John Jones versus Tyson Fury in the octagon. And, we'll figure out. We figured out how to pay Floyd. We'll figure out how to pay you too, Tyson. So the offer is out there. You want to do it in the UFC. I know he was messing around with MMA for a little while there. Let's do it. Let's answer the question. But these guys aren't boxing him. That's just for these guys going and box. You either want to fight. You want the title of baddest man on the planet. Let's do it. I'm in.
Would you prefer that fight over Stipe?
No. I'm just saying. This is out there right now. I know he just called Joe Rogan a dickhead or something, because Rogan said that John Jones would win. I'm saying instead of, speculating, we could all talk about this forever. There's only one way to find out. Let's do it. I'm willing to do it. Tyson can call me himself. He has my number. We have a good relationship. Or Tyson's people can call me and we'll get it done.
Nice. I like it. The man's behind it. Let's make this happen.
Well, you know who originally was supposed to fight Tyson Fury, right? You think there's anything to do with that? You think this has anything to do with that, maybe? Yeah. Right. I mean, and how can you have a conversation about who the baddest man on the planet is without talking about Ngannou?
Yeah. He's not in the UFC anymore.
Yeah. So he doesn't.
Yeah, well, that doesn't. That's like telling me that Reggie Bush never won a Heisman. Okay, I guess so.
Technically, he didn't.
I know.
Yeah, he did. They gave it back to him.
No.
Yeah, they did. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look this up. I'm pretty sure they gave it back to him.
I mean, I'm just saying. Technically, yeah. Technically, Ngannou isn't the UFC heavyweight champ anymore. Technically. Yeah. But you know where he's the heavyweight champ, and you know where he's at, in the Pook's mind, baby. And in the minds of a lot of other real MMA fans, he's the heavyweight champ.
Doesn't he have the title till someone takes it away from him?
Well, all I gotta say to that, Pops, is just like Ric Flair, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! Isn't that right, Pops? Ain't that right? Yeah, that's right. And no one has. Not since he sold the title.
Meanwhile, they're still racing at St. Louis, and it's getting hotter. Unbelievable. They're 146 laps of a 240-mile race. It's crazy.
Jeez.
In 3,000-degree weather.
Wow.
Love that guy.
Okay.
What else you got for us, Pook Dawg?
Man, I'm kind of all talked out of MMA unless somebody's got something they want to freaking share.
Did you ever figure out what's going on with Doug?
I really haven't looked into that, but I know there is no fight scheduled for us soon. I mean, I should. Like we talked about doing it. You talked about doing it too.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out?
No.
What's that?
Everything I've looked at said
Our girlfriend.
she had one fight, and it was a kickboxing fight. And just before New Year's. She's had nothing scheduled in the UFC since her fight.
She got hurt.
Or she gave birth to a baby.
Oh.
There's a timeline. You would have heard. You would have heard.
Or she was just practicing to get ready to give birth.
She is a very private person.
Yeah, it's that shit pops the fucking leaks out. I don't know. Somebody says something to somebody.
I mean, I didn't know Amanda Nunes had a kid until I watched Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Well, she brought her in the ring, man.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Oh, I got something real quick. If you really want something,
Sure.
I guess Chandler was not really very happy with the way he's being portrayed in this. I haven't watched any of it. That's why I really didn't chime in on it before. But this is a fact. Chandler's not very happy with the way he's being portrayed in the UFC's Ultimate Fighter against Conor McGregor's team. Well, we all know. Here's the thing about that. We all know it's the Conor McGregor show.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, of course they're going to make you in the villain. You're going to be the Michael Bisping of this. You know what I mean? It's that's just how it's going to be. They're going to make you out. They're going to paint the picture they want to paint, and they're going to show Conor in a good light, even though the guy's a freaking psychopath, and we all know it. You know? So I mean, you can't be upset
Where did
about
you
that.
come up with that opinion?
Oh my God! Right?
That's just so unfounded.
Right? Oh my God! You want to look up Bad Citizen, dude? If this guy didn't have so much damn money, he'd be in prison right now. Like literally for the shit that he's done, like the stuff that you do. You just can't go around punching people. I mean, you
He
can't.
punches people. He punches bikes. He punches cell phones.
Dude,
he throws people off boats.
I almost said the B word. Throws girls off of boats into the freaking ocean, open ocean. That's like evil, bro. I
He
mean,
beats the crap out of moving buses like it's cool.
yeah. I mean, that guy's bad news, man. He's bad news bears, and he's got all the money in the world.
Isn't that
And
what
I
makes
don't think-
some of these guys though? I mean, like, I don't know, like.
Man, when Conor was focused on winning championships, I didn't see all this bad behavior out of him outside of his mouth.
Yeah,
outside of his mouth, I didn't see any of this. When he was actually concentrated on winning champions and dethroning the champ, he was focused. He'll never be this focused again, and that's why he's always going to be second banana to somebody now. And he might as well quit his MMA career. That's my opinion. Freaking McNuggets.
So who was it? Who was it that satin sheets? It's hard to get up in the morning and be the baddest motherfucker, something along those lines, when you're sleeping.
Sure, that was a Marvin
He could be
Hagler,
the
man.
next Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah, he is the next Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's that comical now. Like, yeah, I love the dude, but I love him as a personality, good for the sport. You need stuff like that, but like, yeah, he has gone kind of.
I mean, is that fight even going to happen?
Gone over.
I mean, Dana White was asked
huh?
What's that? What fight?
Yeah, the fight between Conor and Chandler at the end of this thing.
I would love it.
Is that fight going to happen?
I would love to see Conor fight at least one more time. You know.
I mean, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to hold my breath, man.
Is he going to pass a drug test?
Well, now probably. But
Not now.
yeah,
He's a man, but he doesn't need to worry about drug tests.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he could take out a Mack truck with his forehead.
Yeah. He's gone a little Barry Bonds, that's for sure. All right. Nothing else then, Pook?
Nah, man. But if you keep, I'm like 10 slaps or one slap to get me started, 10 slaps to shut me up. The last time you asked me that question, we went off about Conor McGregor. I'm sure.
Never happens. For God's sake.
Yeah, we never.
I mean, we talked about it a lot in August. Diaz is supposed to fight Jake Paul. We all know about that. You know, is that even going to happen? We don't know. They're talking about Texas marijuana laws stopping that from happening, but I think that's nonsense.
Yeah.
They're talking about moving the venue because Nate ain't going to be able to pass a drug test.
Yeah, because marijuana is definitely a performance-enhancing drug.
But it's definitely illegal in Texas, and they got the archaic laws, man.
Of all the things in Texas that's illegal, it's weed.
Like, really, guys? Really?
I think,
really?
Before you say anything, you got to ask Brent Roman if marijuana is illegal in Texas.
Why is that?
Because he got busted on the
Oh.
way back to the base.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, man. Good job, Pook. Appreciate it. Keep us, if you want to dig into that Thug Rose thing real quick, if you find anything, let me know.
I'll just Google it while you're talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
no
hey,
worries.
Pook.
Yeah.
My wife wants to know when the hell you're getting married.
Again? No, never.
Yeah,
He's not getting married ever again.
I'm. Let's not get into that.
It's a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Because she found her dress to wear to your wedding.
Okay, right on. I got maybe 3 years before something like that could ever happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not ruling it out, man. I'm not ruling it out. I mean,
I'm ruling it out for you.
2-time loser. 2 times you're a loser.
Oh, maybe only 3 times the charm like me. You know what I mean?
I mean,
fourth time was a charm for me.
I mean, this last one. I mean, he brought it up, so I might as well say this last one never should have ended in a divorce, man. We really loved each other. There was a lot of bullshit going on. That's all. You know what I mean? So it ain't like it couldn't happen.
Right on. All right. It's about that time of the show when
Go take a smoke break.
I let Doc, to talk about things that I lost interest in somewhere around 1995, 96. I don't know.
When the Russians left Detroit.
Yeah, when the Russians left Detroit and a bunch of NBA players complained because they had to wear suits coming off the bus.
Yes.
And I'm like, you fucking spoiled bitch-ass millionaires. All right. But anyways, I know a lot of people care about it, so we cover it, but, to each his own. But I shall return shortly. And
this will be the shortest segment for hockey ever.
Hey.
Real quick before we get into the segment.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pook.
I'll let you know about Thug Rose. Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing. There's no news. I mean, unless you do a deep dive, there's nothing. We're looking at the latest stuff is from 2022. Like
her last fight.
Yeah. There ain't nothing on the internet about her.
Yeah,
on the regular internet.
Here's a funny thing. I actually have hockey news for you guys.
Oh my goodness!
ESPN is dropping a documentary on the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just to show everybody that you can suck at 2 sports in one city.
Yep.
No. So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't watch ESPN, but if you do,
here's the shortest hockey segment in the history of hockey.
Okay.
It's the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Vegas Golden Knights are leading 1-0 over the Florida Panthers. That's it for hockey.
Hot damn.
Moving on to basketball. This will be the shortest basketball segment in the history of basketball.
Well, that's because Boston's not in it.
Yes, because the Denver Nuggets are playing the Miami Heat, and the Denver Nuggets are up 1-0, and they play tonight. Who cares?
Who wins this game?
Denver's going to win it in a sweep.
You think they're going to cover the 7.5 points?
Hell yeah. They got no way of stopping the Joker.
How about the over-under? You think it's going over 216.5?
Under.
You're taking the under?
Yeah.
The under and Denver.
Yep.
And you think it's you'll take you'll lay the 7.5 points.
Yeah, Denver's going to win by more than 7.
Because you either got to lay 7.5 points or you got to lay $350 to win 100.
They're going to go over 7.5 points.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
The last game they won by 12.
I know. I said this before the series started. I said I was going to bet Miami every time progressively. They're going to win a game.
Yet no. They have no way of stopping Joker.
I don't believe that.
He's a walking triple-double.
I believe that. But I mean they're going to steal a game, man. You think this is really going to be a sweep? We're going to find out.
They're going to get swept. They're going to get swept.
We're going to find out.
How in the hell does that happen in the finals? There's no. Well, it's bad.
It's the first game he's speculating, Pops.
It's the second game.
This is going to. Pardon me. We've only. What I meant to say. I know I didn't say it, but what I meant to say is we've only played one game so far.
Right.
And Miami
got their ass
did not.
kicked. Yeah,
Miami did not look good.
No, Miami got their ass kicked. They look bad, but they weren't hitting their shots either, and you got to hit your shots. But they probably would have got whooped anyway.
And Denver has something that Miami didn't. They got to take a 9-day break.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
These guys
so
are probably freaking exhausted, man.
yeah, Miami is spent. Jimmy Butler's ankle hurts. Tyler Hero, I don't know what the hell's wrong with that guy. Besides, he needs to eat more. You can only live and die by the 3 for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, that shot was broke last game, though. But if that shot comes alive, they could steal a game for sure. And Jimmy Butler's good D, man. That guy always plays good D. He's tenacious, man. I wish the Bulls still had him, honestly.
I wish he was on the Celtics, personally.
Exactly. I think everybody wishes he was on one of their teams. Guys, Jordan's kid. We got into that. We've got into that before, right? He's Jordan's kid, right?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about it last week.
Did we? I believe it. I believe he's Jordan's kid.
Yeah, he looks a lot like
Jordan's kid, man. He's
compared to Jordan's kids.
Man.
Yeah.
Jordan's
of course, Scottie Pippen's been going off on the rails lately, saying that Michael Jordan was garbage until he joined him.
Man, man.
What would you expect to say?
I mean,
if Scottie Pippen was, that good of a basketball player, do you really think he would have gone to Arkansas State?
Bro, he didn't develop until he got into school. He couldn't even freaking bench press the bar on the bench press when he was a senior in high school. He was an equipment manager. He developed, man. He was really good. He had a good career after the Bulls. He had a good career in Houston. How can you say that about Scottie Pippen? I mean, I get it. He's attacking Jordan, and everybody loves Jordan. And the guy's kind of a jerk. Jordan's kind of a jerk. You ever hear the guy talk? He's a little bit of a jerk. I know people that caddied for him. I know people that dealt cards to him. He's a little bit of a jerk, and everyone loves him because he's the greatest. And he probably is. He's probably one of the greatest athletes of our generation, if I want to be honest. But he was a ball hog, and he was a loser until Scottie Pippen got there. And you want to know something? They never made it. They never made it past the Eastern Conference Finals until they had a power forward because Horace Grant. They had Horace Grant. They lost Horace Grant. The 2 years they lost Horace Grant. They also lost Jordan one of those years to go play baseball. But when Jordan came back, they still didn't win. And they didn't have because they lost Horace Grant to Orlando. And they didn't win another championship until they got Dennis Rodman a power forward. It takes a team to win a championship. Mm-hmm. It literally takes a team. And you got Phil Jackson, the Zen Master, who's literally got 10 freaking rings, man. And he got Kobe and Shaq to get along for however long that was, like 3 years or whatever.
3 rings,
that was amazing. You had an amazing system. You had an amazing coach. You had an amazing talent with Scottie Pippen. You had the freaking probably one of the greatest basketball players of all time, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. It took a team, man. And Scottie Pippen probably should be taking the high road a little bit more, but I think he feels a little slighted by the way history is being told,
Yeah, but when you see Jordan,
he was a focal point of that team, man.
When you see Jordan talk, Jordan's like, we wouldn't have won nothing without Scottie.
Yeah.
And he'll flat out say that. He goes, we wouldn't have won nothing without Scottie.
Well, yeah. Yeah. What happened when Scottie got his migrine and sat down like a little bitch? What happened? Yeah. They lost.
Over a contract dispute.
Yeah. They probably wouldn't have won nothing with Scottie, and Scottie had success without Jordan. So, as much as I think Scottie should bite his tongue, man, I see Scottie's point, man.
I see it, but he needs to. I think he's pissed because one of Jordan's kids is dating his ex-wife.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
I guarantee that's what he's pissed off about.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
This is personal.
That petty?
It sounds like a personal. Hey, people are personal, man. That's people are petty. They are petty. People, just in general, man. People are petty.
So that's all we got on basketball. Moving to college football, nothing new happens for 91 days. Season starts September 2nd.
Hot diggity dog.
That's it for college football. Moving on to college baseball right now, we're on the regionals. So regionals go on until June 9th. Then super regionals start. And
3 more days.
Then the College World Series for the men's baseball will start June 16th and last till June 26th. And that's it for college baseball.
Hey.
So we're done there. So now I'm just waiting for our illustrious Friar Tuck to get back so we can talk about baseball and yeah.
Oh, there
And
it
speak
is.
of the devil, holy shitballs.
Right on cue, right on cue. The baby boy, the Friar. Fry him up, Friar. Fry him in the frying pan, baby.
Kyle, did you hear about the Clemson player got ejected yesterday?
Oh, in baseball?
Yeah.
For what?
For talking shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't do that.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
You can't let the boys be boys. He came in from the outfield and said some lip service to one of the to the third baseman on I can't remember who they were playing, but this kid's a stud anyways. Like he's a big time raker. He can hit the ball for sure. And they threw him out for talking shit. And what was crazy, and I'm sure ESPN's going to fire this guy for it, but the commentator was like, well, basically said that's bullshit. You can't do that. Like you got to let these guys play. And I don't know if you've never played baseball, you wouldn't get it. But if you played any sport, I guess you would. There's a lot of shit talking going on. And,
always.
And it's part of the game. It's part of what it is. And you don't let these guys jaw jack with each other. Then what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to sanitize the sport to that level? It just doesn't make any sense. And it was pretty disappointing.
Oh, I heard something funny the other day. They were talking with Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, this was like my first year in the league, and we're doing our spring games and stuff, and I'm playing against Michael Jordan. I'm giving him the business.
Yeah.
I have 10 points. Jordan has 2. So I just start running my damn mouth to Michael Jordan. Then all of a sudden, the second half starts.
Yeah.
He ends up with 44 points. I end up with 12. And the last thing he said to me was, don't ever say shit to Black Jesus. And he walked off.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Yeah, man. Let them talk shit. Let them go. I mean, I don't understand it, but
my favorite one of all time is Kevin Garnett when he was with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
They're playing the Chicago Bulls, so I can talk shit about the Bulls right now because Pook's gone. Oh, he's back. Jakeem Noah is standing there, and they're all like drenched in sweat. They're at the foul line, and Jakeem Noah just looks over at Kevin Garnett. He goes, "Man, I idolized you as a kid. I had your pictures on my wall and all this stuff." And he just looks over and goes, "Will you quit sucking my dick?"
Oh God! There is an art to it too. I mean, especially dealing with umpires. I learned this pretty quick. If you don't look back at them, you can say a lot of shit.
Yep.
But as soon as you look back and they
acknowledge it, you're done.
You're in deep shit. Yeah. So just you gotta be careful about it. It's this funny story. I was watching it was an Instagram video, I think, or something. It was Will Clark, the long time first baseman for the Giants, right?
Yeah, Will the Thrill.
Yeah, one of the best guys at baseball, best all around guys. Love them. And I can't remember who it was. Oh, was it Joe West? One of those infamous umpires, which umpires shouldn't be infamous, but there's
sounds
several
like Joe
that
West.
Yeah, and he got a ball or a strike call, and he goes, hey, he looks down, and he goes, is that as far as he's going to be able to go? And he goes, yeah. And the next pitch was further out, and he rung him up, and he just, are you fucking serious? And walked to the dugout. Saw him later that night at a restaurant in town. Bought his beer, bought him a couple beers, or sent him over some beers or whatever. And he says, for the rest of my career, my strike zone was about this big. And all it cost me was like $35 in beers. And I was like, it was a valuable lesson I learned right there. I'm like, I suppose so, man.
Oh, Clemson got eliminated today.
Oh, they did.
By the University of Charlotte. So they're out of it.
Oops.
And Arkansas is on the verge of being eliminated. They are losing 17-5 in a rain delay right now.
Wow.
Yes, you heard that right. 17-5.
There's
Wow.
no mercy.
You would think there was a mercy rule.
No,
but
there's not. There's not. So, unfortunately.
All right, so now we're moving on to baseball. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm going to move on to my favorite division of all of baseball, the American League Central. That was a joke if you haven't paid attention. So, taking it in the rear in the Central at 18-41 is the Kansas City Royals. They are 12.5 games back with a negative 75 run differential. Shortly behind them is the Meth Heads in Chicago, the White Sox. They are 26-35, 5.5 games back, shockingly. Negative 47 runs back, run differential. In third place at 26-31, 3.5 games back, is the Detroit Tigers with a negative 64 run differential. In second place is the Cleveland Indians. Yes, that's right, people. I said the Cleveland Indians. Get over it. They are 27-32, 3.5 games back with a negative 31 run differential. And slightly leading the American League Central is the Minnesota Twins at 31-29.
Hey, but at least they're over 500. Come on.
Worst
Barely.
division in baseball, man. Worst
With
division
a
in baseball.
plus 45 run differential.
Yeah.
And here we go on to the American League West. Taking it royally in the rear is the Las Vegas Athletics of Oakland. That's right. I pulled a California Angels joke there. They are 12-49. That's right, folks. 12-49.
They're double-digit wins, and they took 2 from the Braves. Did you notice that this week?
Yes. And they are 27.5 games back. With a whopping negative 212 run differential. Negative 212.
Oh God, it's so bad. I feel so bad. Like
they are on course to win a total of 20 games.
They'll beat that. They'll beat that.
They are going to have the worst run differential in the history of baseball. And that's not saying much.
Oh God.
Then improving a lot over a 12-49 record is the Seattle Mariners at 29-30, 9.5 games back.
The darling of preseason baseball.
Yes, they're sucking with a +3 run differential. Then the California Angels. That's right. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
They're 31-30, 8.5 games back with a +3 run differential. Starting to catch on is one team from Texas, the Houston Astros, at 35-24, 3.5 games back at a +58 run differential. Then leading the American League West is the Texas Rangers at 38-20, and they are at a +152 run differential, which I believe is the best run differential in all of baseball. It is. Now, moving on to the best division in all of baseball, where everybody is above 500, is the American League East. In last place is my beloved Red Sox at 30-29, 11.5 games back. We need to retire Chris Sale. I'm sorry, or move him to the bullpen.
Well, he is kind of retiring himself. They just put him on the IL for
60 days. Yeah,
shoulder inflammation,
shoulder and elbow. Yeah,
dude, you can't. You can't be that. You can't be that skinny and throw that hard. It just doesn't work, right? Like,
no, you need to eat.
Yeah, you need to eat a cheeseburger or two, like. Man, but when he's on. Just, I mean,
he needs to.
Lefties
cheat.
Toilets. Lefties cheat. I mean, the earth rotation helps them, and they're, If you don't think that's true, look it up because it's fucking true. But man, it just, it brings to light, I know we're going a little
Steven
sidetrack.
Strasburg.
Steven Strasburg, who just constantly got hurt. And makes me think of another guy who burst on the scene and was electric. Cubs pitcher, 2003.
Kerry Wood.
Mark Pryor. Who was just unhittable for 2 years. Got complimented by possibly one of the top 5 pitchers of all time, Greg Maddux. And when asked about him, he says, what's so great about Mark Pryor? And he goes, well, he's got the best pitch in baseball. What's the best pitch in baseball? Anybody want to guess? Pops.
Curveball.
No. Locating a fastball.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can locate a fastball and put it where you want, when you want it, change speeds on it, you're fucking devastating. And, he got hurt and constantly hurt. And it's weird, man, because you think, I was listening to a pod the other day, my favorite podcast.
Baseball's Dead.
Baseball's Dead. And they were talking about the regime of Japanese pitchers. They get more rest between starts, but they throw like 10 times more than MLB pitchers do. As far as like on a daily workout kind of thing and like that, it's insane. And so I don't know. It's just, you're just prone to injury or you're not.
When you have more than 4 arm injuries and you're a pitcher, I think it's time to say,
yeah,
your career's.
It's hard. You imagine like you make it to the show. When you're a baseball player, I don't care when you start out as a T-ball or little leaguer, that's your dream. And then you make it and you attain your dream and your dream is to stay there as long as you can, because it's fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. What's the quote in Bull Durham? All the women have long legs and brains, it's to show people carry your bags, you get brand new balls every day. Kids are screaming or going for your autograph.
Yeah.
And to give that up and say, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. Or I can't do it anymore. For somebody who dedicated their whole life to that, man, that's hard. So you're gonna grind out and you're gonna try. And eventually you gotta come to the realization that, my body just won't let me do this.
Either you're not a starting pitcher anymore or you're gonna move to the bullpen. You've got to do one of.
Why don't if it's usage, just this busting Chris down, this has been done before. Go to the closer role. Could you imagine him being a closer?
That would be phenomenal.
Because now he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to ease up on that fastball, right? He can just let it fucking fly.
He can just let her rip, Tater Chip.
So you're seeing 95, 96, 97 from Chris Sale from the left-hand side. It's Josh Hader all over again.
Yes.
Could Josh Hader pitch more than an inning or two? No. I never could either. My arm just went to with the jello. It just, it stopped working properly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might be a thing they look at. Now, that's an awful lot of money to pay a closer.
But that'd be well worth it.
Yeah. I mean,
when we had David Price, we had him coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that's true, too. But, Boston's got to start playing defense before they worry about closing games out, because that's the thing they can't do.
We need a shit can story. Sorry.
Boston can hit all day long, but they can't play defense for shit.
No. I'm actually going to go on record and say this. Let's make a trade with the meth heads in Chicago.
Oh, for Tim Anderson. Bring
Tim Anderson to Boston.
That would exponentially improve your defense.
I mean, he can play defense, and that would.
Yes, he can.
And when the man can hit, he can hit.
Jackie can play defense. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I mean, Tim Anderson.
And I know that would piss off Josh Donaldson something fierce, and I would really love it.
Yeah, me too.
Moving right on. There's this team in Canada. 33-27. They're 8.5 games back.
I didn't know they still had a team. No,
yeah, no, they need to bring back the Expos. With a plus 31 run differential is the Toronto Blue Jays. In third place is a shithead team called the New York Yankees.
Oh,
they're 35-25, 6.5 games back. plus 39 run differential. Second place at 37-22 with a phenomenal farm system is the Baltimore Orioles. They're at plus 30 run differential and leading the American League East at 42-19 with a plus 122 run differential. Second best run differential in all of baseball is the Tampa Bay Rays. And they are on par to break the stolen base and home run record as a team this year.
Yeah. Did you see, though, the other day, Marcus Stroman for the Cubs? Almost
no hit him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I love that dude. Love him. Like, he's such a beast. I'm still trying to figure out why he came to the Cubs, but he did.
Because you needed a pitcher.
Why did he come, though? I mean, like, I don't know, but he's phenomenal, man. And, and even though they didn't ban the shift, because people say they banned the shift, I probably said that they banned the shift. They didn't ban the shift. They restricted the shift. But
you cannot go past if you're at second base, you can't go to the edge of the second base side, and you can't, and your feet can't be on the grass. Right. If you're a shortstop, you can't be on that edge of second base or your feet are on the grass. You can move around, you just can't move completely over like you used to.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, for a ground ball pitcher, which Stroman is, to still have the success that he is, it's pretty awesome. I love it's must see. It's must see baseball, must see TV when he pitches. Look at. I'm telling you, man, he is. He's awesome, and I love his spirit. I love he's just like he's not quite Carlos Zambrano, but he's close. Like the passion and the fire and the pumping up and reacting to the crowd and. I love that. He strikes somebody out after a long battle. He gets all jacked, and I like that. It's good. People appreciate that. Guys, they care about what they're doing. They show it. I love passion on the field. I think it's great. Oh yeah. As a batter, it really pisses you off. But hey, your job is to hit. Is to hit, and if you don't, you don't. I know it's frustrating. I've gone 4 for 4 and 0 for 4 in a doubleheader. Like that's why baseball is baseball. It's brutal. But yeah, he's awesome, man. Tampa just on a fucking tear. I mean, Jesus, they haven't stopped, and nobody knows how they're doing it because they're down with they're without their two best pitchers, right?
And they're still winning.
And they're still winning. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, and they lost 2-3 to the Cubs, which is like what? After the Cubs got swept by the Reds, they take 2 or 3 from Tampa Bay. Yeah, but they are just tearing it up and making everybody else. I mean, think how good Baltimore is. 37-22, right?
Yeah.
4 games back. If you look at it, they're in first place in the Central by 6 games. They're basically tied with the Texas Rangers. They're leading the NL East. They're leading the NL Central, and they're leading the NL West. Yeah. Like that's insane, and I don't know a single player on that team. I can't name one player, one baseball player in the Baltimore Orioles. I need to start watching their games apparently. Right in my lap. So who's setting up the money stop? That's Pops. Pops, turn your TV off. Be careful. Jesus.
Hard to believe that thing would break.
No. Okay. All right. Apparently, I'll just mute him until he figures it out. Because he can hear his TV in the background.
It's hard to believe that thing will break, my man. And I want to chime in because you went on a diatribe. I was unable to interrupt. Any Cubs fan, any Cub fan that went to the game Tuesday night and saw the Rays get whooped by our Chicago Cubs. Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
The Cubs are going to win today.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Everybody knows, man, when you were talking about Mark Pryor, you can't think about Mark Pryor without thinking about what would have happened if Dusty Baker would have managed him a little bit better, bro.
I
know what you're saying about the Japanese do it this way, the Japanese do it this way. Nah, Dusty Baker didn't do it like the Japanese way, and he didn't do it the American way either with him. And
No, that's the consensus, and I don't know if it's true, but it kind of feels like that he blew both those arms out. Not only Mark Pryor, but Kerry Wood as well.
Yeah,
bro, I like watched it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it was. It was the only. I think it was the only time I ever cried in a bar.
Honestly, to me, I think it's
public,
unnecessary anyway. Because to me, it's unnecessary because those years we had freaking bullpen, and our other starters were good, Clement and Zambrano. But I mean, that's ancient history, man. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, we won the World Series in 2016. It's all good. Like, all sins are forgiven after that. It's just
everything's right in the world again.
Yeah,
allegedly.
One of my favorite guys, another guy again on Baseball is Dead, the Nugget Chief Jay Hay. He's a Cleveland Guardians or Cleveland Indians fan, however you want to say it. And yeah, I've yet to tweet him, and I want to, but I want to ask him his thoughts about that Game 7 because I don't know why it's not talked about as much, but it should be because that was one of the greatest Game 7s in baseball history.
Yeah,
it really was. It was back and forth. A rain delay, and the Cubs won in Cleveland, and not Mark Pryor, but Chris Bryant almost fucked that play up to win it. If you watch it, he slips, and I don't know how he didn't sail that. Other than the fact that Anthony Rizzo is a very tall dude, that probably helped a little bit. But I don't know why it's not talked about or why it's not in the conversation of greatest Game 7s because it fucking was. It was a nail biter. I literally was in my, at that time, girlfriend's room at her house with toothpicks in my eyes so I could stay up and watch it because I've been drinking since, an hour and a half before the game started. And then he had hour and a half or so.
Rain delay or something, yeah.
Yeah. That guy left the bar, went back to the house. I'm like, So it was great. Yeah, the Cubs win. It was all good. All right, let's get to the National League. And I don't know, where should I start? Yeah,
Central.
We'll go to the Central. The Milwaukee Brewers on top, 32-27. Little surprising. Looks like they're going to be buyers. I don't know what kind of capital they have in their farm system, but they may be buyers and they may make a push. I don't know. I think that GM's on crack, but letting Hader go last year, but is what it is. This is interesting though. Minus 19 run differential.
Yeah, and they're leading the division.
Yeah, interesting. 5-5 in the last 10. Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates. Oh, I forgot. I had this queued up, and I forgot. Oh, what's wrong with me? What are the Cinderella story? What are the Cinderella stories this year?
They're playing again. They're starting to play again.
Yeah, they are. 31-27. Only a half game back. 15-13 at home. 16-14 away. Pretty solid. Plus 10 run differential. 6-4 in the last 10. This is the surprising one here. The Cincinnati Reds in third place. 26-33. 6 games back. Minus 35 run differential. 5-5 in the last 10. My beloved Chicago Cubs. Oh, by the way, thank you for sending me that TikTok today, Kyle. That was pretty funny. They're 25-32. They have a 0 run differential, which is pretty funny. 4-6 in the last 10, lost 1. And guess what makes me so happy?
St. Louis Cardinals are in last place.
St. Louis Cardinals are in last place. Not only does your city suck, but so does your baseball team. So suck it, St. Louis. 25-35, plus 3 run differential. Lost 3 in a row. 3-7 in the last 10. So maybe it isn't Wilson Contreras' fault. Maybe it's your front office. Maybe it's your front office letting guys like Michael Walker go. And I don't know, not developing pitchers like you guys used to do on a continual basis. You guys were kind of known for doing that, and then you just fucking effing stopped for some reason. So,
because they have Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, who's fucking 4,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, God bless, dude. He's a gamer, and I hate Cardinals, but you got to tip your hat to a guy like that. Just been gaming it and just been hitting gnats from 100 yards away with his fastball for years, and a great Uncle Charlie, but I think his time has passed, unfortunately, and so has the St. Louis Cardinals apparently. So hey, I love it. Going from the bottom to the top in the NL West, the Colorado Rockies, who are a high, yes sir, except for the run differential, which is -57. They're 26-35, 10 games back, 4-6 in their last 10. The San Diego Padres, who've got probably a couple $1 trillion in their payroll, almost all of it in hitters, which is always a fucking bad idea. They're 27-31, 7.5 games back. Probably the biggest disappointment in baseball right now. I mean, we joked about that Seattle Mariners being the preseason prima donnas, but or favorites, if you will. But the Padres, with that lineup, I mean, Soto isn't getting it done. Manny Machado isn't getting it done. Even Xander Bogaerts is kind of fading a little bit. It's I'm sorry, Padres fans. It's no bueno. No bueno. 5-5 in the last 10. The San Francisco Giants have a game and a half up on their 29-30, 6 games back, +1 run differential, 5-5 in the last 10. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks are tied. What the fuck?
And that is so unbelievable.
Yeah, who saw this coming? The Diamondbacks? Are you serious? Like, name a guy on the team other than Evan Longoria.
Evan Longoria? There's a Marte. They have a Marte.
Is there a Marte? Is it a brother or is it?
It's a brother.
It's a brother. Okay, all right. Like, holy shit! I mean, the Dodgers are just loaded. Got stars up and down that lineup, and they're tied with the Arizona Diamondbacks. A bunch of kids, and then the old man, Evan Longoria. If you don't know who that is, just Google it, or Google his sister, because his sister's pretty hot. Yeah, I never saw this coming. I don't think anybody saw it coming. And good for them. I love it. Where they play for rings in the desert, the Arizona Diamondbacks are still technically in first place. 6-4 in their last 10, man.
Did you hear the backlash from that group the Dodgers were left there?
Oh man. What is it with this home?
It's LA.
These officials of teams don't have any fucking idea what they're doing.
Nah, it's LA, man. It's LA.
Well, they go out in their skinny pants.
Yeah.
You would think that they would listen to like their star pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. He was like, "This is a bad idea. I don't want this here."
Yeah.
And they went, "Well, screw you. We don't care. We're going to do it anyway."
Yeah, because those people watch a lot of baseball and go to a lot of baseball games and buy a lot of gear too, right?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Nope,
they
not at all.
Fucking don't. So why are you catering to a group of people who don't give a fuck about you?
Because someone told them they got to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to play a couple clips for you guys. One of them, he's one of my favorite players, even though he's a Yankee. Shut up, Pook. I love you, man, but just don't get on me about the Yankees, man.
Too late.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite dudes. Just watch this clip. This is crazy. This is a guy who's making stupid amount of money. The captain of the Yankees, basically running through a wall. This is basically what happens. Watch.
Crack down the line. Back to the corner goes Judge. It is caught by Aaron Judge.
Just went through the wall. Just boom.
Well, you can't have it. You can't have it hit the wall. You gotta knock the ball down. What the hell?
Oh man, that was awesome.
Well, when you're 6'7", 285 pounds,
and you're running almost at full speed, yeah, you're gonna knock some shit over, right?
Yeah.
I picked it off of Jared Carabas, the host of Baseball is Dead, on Twitter. As soon as I came across, I'm like, what did he do? And I watched it. I'm like, oh man. So this week, I used to do this a lot, and I forget, but it's the kind of I'm not crying, you're crying award, and I think this is pretty cool. See if I can get it to play correctly. I think this is it's Brewers. Let's see here. Here we go. Jesse Winker wearing a necklace his daughter made.
Yeah.
on the field.
Yep.
That's
I mean, that is the most unmasculine thing that he's got around his neck. He's like, I don't give a shit, bro. My daughter made it for me. I'm rocking it.
Yeah, exactly right, man. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And here is 13 years to the day.
I would see if he took orders from other guys, to have things for matching.
You know what? I bet you some guys, if he had a good game, I bet you some of those guys on the Brewers were like, hey, can your daughter make some more of those?
Yeah. How much?
Because baseball players are insanely superstitious.
Ungodly.
Yeah, well, trust me, man. I played with a catcher who literally had a batting glove, just a batting glove that he wore underneath his catcher's mitt for 10 years straight. Every time he pulled that catcher's mitt off, like flies in the air, drop dead. Like that's how bad it smelled. And
Wow.
he refused to throw it away. And I'm like, I really can't bitch at you, man, because we're all lunatics in this game. Like every one of us are fucking, psychos about stuff like this. But here, 13 years ago, this day in baseball history, one of the worst calls in Major League Baseball history. And if you don't believe me, watch.
Jeez Louise. Oh, my goodness. What a travesty. Ground ball, right side. Cabrera will cut it off. Galarraga covers. He's out. No, he's safe.
Now, it looks a little
He is
bang
safe.
bang, but watch the slow-mo.
He is safe at first base. See right here.
Why is he safe? Oh my goodness, Jim Joyce. No.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Oh my goodness.
What a travesty.
What a travesty. It was a travesty. No, it wasn't as bad as the one where Felix Hernandez got lost his perfect game.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fucking close. I mean, they got him by a step and about a step. So, it is what it is, man. What do you guys think about this? Everybody knows this guy. Everybody's gonna have an opinion on this, so I want all your guys' opinions. HBO, or now Max, is what they're calling themselves, whatever, is dropping a documentary about Barry Bonds. What do you guys think? Like, they've invited Barry to come on. As of yet, he has not agreed to do so. The only time I've seen him on anything is the Willie Mays documentary, which I think is on Amazon or it's on HBO Max. I'm not sure which one.
I think it's on Max.
Max. Okay, yeah, a great documentary. Love.
Well, yeah, that's his Godfather.
Yeah. How do you end up not being a stud when your dad's an all-star and your
Godfather is Willie Mays.
Mays, like the amount of instruction that kid got on a day-to-day basis, hanging out the ball field. I mean, just think about it. Just take your kid, put him in a baseball field with a bunch of big leaguers. He's gonna, even if he isn't the greatest, blessed with the greatest athletic talent, he's probably gonna end up being a pretty goddamn good baseball player.
I think he's the best. He's the best I've ever seen.
He's one of the best hitters I've ever seen, for sure.
He's the best I've ever seen.
I mean, when he burst on the scene, think about it. I mean, he was legit 30-30 every year, right?
Yeah, when he was with the Pirates.
Just unbelievable.
He was phenomenal. And then all of a sudden he got introduced to this interesting rub.
HGH.
And his
question mark, allegedly,
supposedly.
Yeah.
I don't know. His head went from a micro machine to a Mack truck.
Yeah.
You go from a twig to a full-fledged tank.
Yeah.
In a summer.
He was a tank, man.
But why does Barry get all the shit? I think part of his personality, part of the way he dealt with the media, but why does he get? Here's the thing: hitters
just nailed it
in the steroid era is guess who was juicing and guess who got caught more juicing? Which group?
Mark
Pitchers
McGuire.
or hitters?
Pitchers.
Pitchers.
Chris,
So if you're
he
an
did
arm,
not fail a test. Big Papi did not fail a test. It was alleged he failed.
alleged. All right, but then, like I'm saying, you're in an arms race, right? And all these pitchers are doing.
They're all on steroids.
Are you gonna do it too? Fuck yeah, you're gonna do it.
They're all on steroids, dude. They're all on steroids. It's like Nate Diaz says. You're all on steroids. You're all on steroids.
Mean,
but
all y'all. You're all on steroids.
I do like what Barry Bonds said. He goes, "Does
you pops? You're on steroids. You're all on steroids.
Does
They're all on steroids.
steroids help you with hand-eye coordination?
No, they do not. No.
Will it make me hit a ball farther? Yes.
I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Possibly. But I mean, look.
You're out of your mind, dude.
I guess when you get that big, no. But if you watch him hit, and he coined the phrase. I think he coined the phrase "spin and grin." And what it is he was so good at manipulating his body and taking and loading up all that energy and then spinning and connecting with the ball.
You don't think all that new muscle added to the torque that he was generating when he smashed that ball? When balls would have hit the
no, because the ability to spin your body and load and spin is all soft tissue shit. That's not muscle.
He was doing that when he was a twig.
Yeah,
that's with the Pirates.
That's tendons and ligaments. That's not muscle. Muscle.
And he never started hitting 70 home runs till he started taking the juice. No matter what you say, man. This is like, man. You're arguing don't pass the playground test, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Bonds never failed the test. He didn't. I don't know how, but he didn't.
We know.
Had other people pee for him.
But there's so much circumstantial. He had the in the clear. So much circumstantial evidence. We don't know he did it.
Here's another fun baseball story. Doug McCavich.
Love Doug.
Threw A-Rod under the bus this week.
Again.
Saying that he never was a good teammate. He's a loudmouth. He was a cheater. And they asked him about something about his family stuff. He's like, yeah, he's putting that shit out there because he's trying to get his way into heaven and fool God. I'm like, oh,
yeah, he's trying to do that, and he's also trying to buy a baseball team.
Yeah. And I want to get permission to do it. I want to get I don't know if I can find it fast enough, guys, but it's one of the funniest shits. It's from our boy Dallas Braden. You heard this story, Kyle?
Which one?
Between Dallas and Alex Rodriguez?
No,
you didn't hear about it. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. I'll load it up.
What's the scoop with Brady buying a team?
Besides the fact that he pitched the 19th perfect game on Mother's Day in MLB history, he also went head to head with Alex Rodriguez, who I don't know what MLB is thinking. I don't know what any entity that does baseball is thinking, putting him up there, because literally nobody likes him. He is probably one of the most hated individuals in baseball outside of Barry Bonds, which is saying something. But this is the Yankees versus the A's, and Dallas Braden getting into it with Alex Rodriguez.
And Alex Rodriguez were going at it.
Well, they played at second base. Alex Rodriguez actually out of the picture. Dallas Braden. I don't know. Maybe Dallas thought that Alex was trying to get in way of the throw to second base.
Well, there was a little bit of an incident at the end of the top half of the inning, and it involved Alex Rodriguez and the pitcher, Dallas Braden of the A's. And we're not sure what it's all about, but Braden was definitely...
He ran outside the base path.
Yeah, he was pissed. Get off my mound, bro. I mean, another reason not to like Alex Rodriguez. I mean, oh, God.
Well, I like that line in The Captain when he goes, "Why did you actually come here? You trying to take my job? Did somebody tell you were going to be shortstop for the Yankees? Just remember, I hit better than you."
Yeah, that was the worst decision the Yankees made in a long time, and they made a series of bad ones lately. But bringing Alex Rodriguez over was stupid. Because
he was supposed to go to my Red Sox.
Yeah, nobody liked it, dude. Well, you dodged the bullet, believe it or not.
Thank God.
Yeah, and I believe you won a championship without him, right?
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Several.
Yeah. Weird. Now, what would happen to the idiots if that idiot had showed up?
There wouldn't be no idiots.
That's one of my favorite baseball teams of all time. Is
the Merry Band of Idiots? Yes.
Yeah, the 2004 Red Sox.
Fear the beard, baby. Fear the beard.
Fear the beard. All right, Pops. We got to get you going because we only have a little bit of time left.
All right.
Do I?
Slides up.
Did you send it to me in an email or are they in the slide store?
It's an email. It's 6'4" or whatever. 23 show.
Oh boy, I'm looking right now. Oh, I might. Yeah, I'm in the right email. When did you send it? Oh boy, this is a problem.
What's that?
I don't see the email, so I'm looking at slide. Did you send it in the slides or did you send it 6:0? Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you sent it in slides. Yeah, you didn't send it in an email.
Oh, how did it go?
It's in slides 6:4
Okay.
show. So yeah, hold on. Uno momento.
Well, I mean, does this appear? It's Google or slides, or how does it appear?
It's in Google Slides. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So there you go. You're up.
Anyway, we started off this morning like all good Americans in Europe. That's the best way to say it. The Spanish Grand Prix was this morning, and you ain't gonna believe it, but the next slide shows who won it.
Oh, there's a shocker.
That's
Again?
the slide from last week, but we keep it because he wins again. I don't know, Mad Max. He's just unbelievable. Next slide shows you the next
He's
guy.
on steroids.
It's
And
steroids.
this is a guy that,
Lewis
believe it or
Hamilton.
not, doesn't have a contract for next year.
Wow.
But he says he's going to have it done by tomorrow.
Okay.
So who knows? They say they can negotiate these throughout the year. Not a big deal. But there's all kind of rumors. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's going to retire. He's going to go to Ferrari. Ferrari said, no, we don't want him. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. Bullshit.
That's why they offered him all that money.
Yeah, bullshit.
All
No,
right.
we don't want one of the greatest race car drivers alive. No.
Now, the next slide shows you somebody that probably is better.
Oh.
He finished in third place. So you
George
got Lewis
Russell?
Hamilton in second, and Georgie boy in third.
God.
They actually had a crash in qualifying today, or not today, but yesterday. So there's no love lost between those two guys, but it is interesting. He finished in third. The race was rather uneventful. They were worried about rain and all that stuff, but that really didn't get involved in it at all. Verstappen, Hamilton, Russell, then Perez and Carlos Sainz. So I mean, it was mixed between the manufacturers. It's wild when you see that you don't get the second place Red Bull car anywhere on the podium. So it's interesting to see what's going on. It's amazing. To be perfectly honest with you,
What is it about
there's actually some parity, I guess, in the sport.
What is it about Great Britain and Formula One drivers?
I don't know.
Great Britain and Germany.
Yeah.
Well, the two things. Great Britain's just a tiny, dinky little country.
Yeah. Where do you drive it?
Well, that's it. They've got a whole bunch of sports car courses, not open wheel courses. They're all sedan type cars.
Yeah. Okay.
But they sure as hell come up with some unbelievable race drivers.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I know where they test drive everything. The Autobahn.
Now that's in Germany. We're talking about English.
Yeah.
There ain't no Autobahn in England.
No. There's speed trap. There's
30
feet.
13 feet wide in England.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You can't drive two cars side by side.
Yeah, but they produce some of the, by the way, funniest race car drivers. And David Hobbs, still one of my favorite people of all time. And but yeah, I mean, think about that. I mean, oh God, I mean, there's been drivers knighted.
I mean, you look at Jackie Stewart.
Yes,
Graham Hill. All these guys come out of nowhere. What the hell is this?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And we can't get one American driver in F1 for more than a season.
Well, Michael Andretti is going to try and change that, but he's got a lot of opposition. It's amazing the way the teams are fighting, letting Andretti in.
Well, yeah, because God, you don't want the loud, crass Americans in.
Well, not only that, but it split their money. Remember, the money split 10 ways.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's going to be split 11 ways? Wait a minute. I don't know.
Oh, you poor Euros.
Yeah, they don't. God forbid an Andretti races in F1.
Austin Sauber are talking, so who knows?
Again,
yeah,
there's still a chance that Andretti's going to get in. It's.
I hope so for sure.
It'll be interesting. Let's go to the next slide.
Yep. Hold on. Sorry, I was scanning something else. There you go.
And that's what we got. The standings again. Verstappen is just wiping away everybody. There's no one anywhere near Max. Perez is in second place. Alonso. Now there you go. Alonso, the guy that is embalmed in his car, is in third place. The man is unbelievably a fantastic driver. How he's in third place, I have no idea.
Yeah, well, 5 podiums helps.
He's got a fourth ranked car, but he's sitting in third place overall, which is unbelievable.
He's doing
Hamilton
something
and Russell
right.
finish out the top 5. It's nuts. Next slide.
NASCAR.
Go to NASCAR territory, and it's been an interesting weekend to say the least.
Who the hell are those people?
Worldwide Technology Raceway, which is East St. Louis. It's not St. Louis, it's East St. Louis. It's in the Illinois side of the river. And it was a race won by Grant Enfinger, Christian Eckes, Stuart Friesen, Carson Hocevar, and Chase Purdy. Hocevar finished 4th, which is kind of neat because he now has a ride today in Cup race. Well, it's kind of crazy because Chase Elliott got suspended last week
that.
because
Crashing intentionally.
He crashed somebody. Well, it didn't help that he crashed Denny Hamlin.
Yeah,
but it didn't hurt that in the announcer booth, as soon as it happened, he said, "Wow, that's retaliation."
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So anyway, Denny Hamlin has his own podcast. He has all kinds of crazy stuff, and he used every bit of his podcast talent to make his point, and he won. Elliott did get suspended for a week, and his team is not challenging the suspension. So
yeah, weird.
Now I put down there Ty Majeski finished in 30th place.
Oops.
Ty, you know, I root for Ty because Ty's a hell of a kid, and he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was on the pole. I mean, he had this race all wrapped up. 6 laps to the finish. He gets tangled up with one guy, ends up in 30th place.
Oh,
now, the thing that comes to mind is you got to understand, Ty does not have a win.
Uh-oh.
And you got to have a win to get in the finals. To guarantee you're going to be in the playoffs.
Right.
Ty doesn't have a win. There's only 5 more races left, folks.
We're talking about
and
playoffs?
there's quite a bit of pressure on there. Now, fortunately, he is leading the points, but if he could have had the win, he would be locked in there. So
playoffs.
He was going all out, and it didn't work out, I guess. 6 laps from the end, he's out. Anyway, next slide. This is Xfinity racing on the road course at Portland. That's the road course that IndyCar uses and everybody. Cole Custer came home in first. Justin Allgaier second. Sam Mayer, that's the other Milwaukee guy, finished in third place. Josh Berry's in fourth, and Austin Hill. So our local guys are doing okay.
I like it.
Wow. That guy that won that race that's in first probably got a lot of shit in school for his name. Cole
Custer?
Yeah. Did your dad wear Arrow shirts?
Oh, that's
Dad jokes brought to you by VRR. Fucking
I think we'll go on to the next slide, I guess.
Yeah.
Norma Hunt just passed away.
Oh, owner of the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Next slide is the IndyCar race, and this was a crash fest. To be perfectly honest with you, this is a concrete canyon in Detroit. That's all I can tell you. The owners used to bitch because it was so expensive to race at oval tracks because they ruined so many cars.
Yeah.
Today, in a road course, they ruined damn near half the field.
Oh, yeah, because
I
they race
mean,
on the island in
ruined.
Detroit, right?
That was bad.
They race on that island, right? Don't they?
No, it's not on Belle Isle anymore.
Oh, okay, all right.
This is in downtown Detroit, and it is a concrete jungle.
Jesus Christ!
It is a lane and a half wide. It's wild.
Did they give the drivers bulletproof vests and like bait?
No, that's when they go to Chicago.
Oh.
Oh, and the Cup drivers are bitching about Chicago already. Believe me.
Are they?
They're wondering if they're just gonna helicopter them in and out. We don't want to be traveling anywhere. Just drop us in. We'll race and we'll jump out.
Hey, helicopters are going to help you. Those are easily shut up by small arms.
Yeah, I know.
Ask Hillary Clinton and that dude from NBC. You know.
Oh God, my original over under was how many drivers are going to be robbed, but Chicago is looking worse and worse and worse.
Yep.
And you got a new mayor, and he's worse than the guy before him.
Beetlejuice.
Well, you ready for this? What he did? He's going to solve the whole problem in Chicago. This is over the Memorial Day weekend. He brought in 11 ex-convicts, and they were going to keep the peace.
Oh, sure.
One of them got arrested for multiple felonies.
Oh, my God.
Yay, Chicago.
No. Even the Bears don't want to play in your city anymore.
Oh, it's unreal. Anyway, Alex Palou did an awesome job and won this race. He is the man. Just an unbelievable good driver. Will Power finished second. Felix Rosenquist third. Scott Dixon fourth. Alexander Rossi in fifth. Now with
nice to see Will Power up there, though. Nice to see
2 laps
Will
to
up
go.
there. Yeah,
Rossi was in second place. Rossi got knocked all the way back to fifth. It was just outrageous. It was an event to say the least. We go on to the NASCAR Cup race, and I got to bring the screen up. We're 214 laps into it, and believe it or not, Kyle Busch is your leader, followed by Kyle Larson. Gee, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, and Joe Logano. So look for at least one more yellow. If you put Logano, Hamlin, and Blaney in the same group, there's going to be something happening.
There's going to be some shit going on.
Yeah, I'd say so. Let's see. They've got 36 laps to go. That's time for at least 2 more, and maybe 3 more yellow flags. So
Arkansas was just eliminated from.
Oh no!
They lost to TCU 20-5.
Wait a minute! Their former governor's running for president. How in the hell can that happen?
Hey, TCU, man, it's good baseball school. Always has been.
Yeah.
I mean, to throw a dart at the map of Texas, and you're gonna find a good baseball school.
I'm trying to figure out
Them and
how
Rice
Mr.
have always
Hutchinson
been
thinks he can
phenomenal.
get
Yeah,
Texas.
I
I'm
was just
trying
about to
to
say
figure that out.
Rice. Yeah, Rice is nasty.
And Kentucky is beating the ever-loving crap out of Indiana 16-4
That's because they got
in the
aluminum.
5th inning.
You got aluminum Louisville Slugger bats.
Aluminum Louisville Slugger bats?
Yeah.
And isn't Pops a fan of Xavier?
Yep.
Let me see here.
But it's not called Xavier. It's called Xavier.
Yeah. Jeez.
Emotional damage.
Xavier, my bad,
Thank you.
is beating the crap out of Vanderbilt 2-1.
Well, that makes sense.
That's another
And-
very good baseball.
And
school.
if Xavier wins, Vanderbilt's eliminated.
Yeah. Get rid of them. Get
Go
rid of them
Musketeers.
consonant schools.
Go Musketeers. Beat those engineers.
And my beloved Aggies are getting ready to play the Nerds in Stanford. And if we win, we move on to a super regional.
You're gonna get
Oh.
smoked. You're
No,
gonna get
because we smoked the shit out of Stanford the first time we played them 9-5.
tough to
And then-
beat somebody twice in a row, though.
And then we played Cal State Fullerton and beat the shit out of Cal State Fullerton 12-4.
That's another really good baseball school.
Yep.
And you know what I have to say about that?
Look at him. Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, good times. Yeah, all right. I don't know if I really got the full thing, but with you guys with the Barry Bonds thing, but I kind of want to get each of your own opinion, and I'm going to try and shut my mouth as best I can, which is very
how
hard.
freaking honest is it going to be?
I don't know. Is it going to be a hit piece? Is it going to be?
Is it a biopic?
Yeah, like you know what I'd like to see. I would like to see a Michael B. Jordan take a bunch of steroids and play Barry Bonds in
I was just going to say, what is Michael B. Jordan going to play Barry Bonds?
Yeah, like let's do that. Like, I mean, because God, it's
I mean, that makes about as much sense as Will Ferrell playing John Madden in a biopic movie.
Yeah, what the hell was that all about?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah,
real
they're-
thing? Is
they're-
that bullshit?
yeah.
I thought you were trolling me with that.
No, they're doing that. I mean, like John Goodman didn't come to mind, or Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, Frank Caliendo. Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? Pook, you're muted, by the way. Pook.
John Goodman.
John
Goodman.
Trump played the
John
part, 'cause
Goodman,
he's going
for
to need
Christ's
work
sake.
next year.
Yeah, like
That's John Madden. John Goodman is John Madden.
Do you want to see a Barry Bonds documentary, Pook? Are you gonna watch it if it comes out?
Man, I love Barry Bonds, man. I got Barry Bonds freaking underwear, man. I'm freaking
Do you?
underoos, man. I love Barry Bonds. Yeah, dude. And the biggest reason I like him, the biggest reason I like him is because I have no concept of baseball. I don't understand baseball. And because of that, I hate pitchers. I really despise them. And Barry Bonds despised pitchers, and he freaking made pitchers his bitch. His whole career, they had to walk him. They could not pitch to him. So it was great, man. I love Barry Bonds. Big fan. Huge
I
fan.
want to look
No
it
matter
up
what,
real
no matter
quick.
everything outside of.
Well, this is my problem with Barry Bonds. Here's the plate. Here's Barry Bonds.
Well, what's wrong? Hey, look, is it against
That's
the
within the
rules?
rules.
Yeah.
So I would just beam the shit out of him.
Well,
They did.
I mean, but yeah, and they did hit him. But here's the thing, that's a guy on base.
He just takes the base. He just take his armor off and
Take a guess at Barry Bonds' career WAR, which is wins above replacement, which is basically the average of the league over a career. Guess what Barry Bonds' WAR is?
20.
162.8. His
Wow.
OPS at for a career, his OPS, which is slugging and on base percentage combined, is 1.051.
Jesus.
To
He
go.
stole 514 bases, hit 1,996 RBIs, and had a 298 career batting average. Jesus.
To go, bro.
Yeah.
Give the devil his due.
Give the devil his due. Absolutely give the devil his due. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you want to call him a steroid and a cheater,
I just call him a big old biscuit head is what I call him.
I call bullshit because the pitchers were juicing too. So if somebody's you're on steroids now, well, you need to.
They're all on steroids. They're all on steroids.
I'm on steroids now.
Oh, you are all you guys.
I've been on steroids.
They're all on steroids. They're all on steroids. They're all on steroids.
I don't know how you do it.
It's been a terrible week because you take a steroid 4 times a day. You're on edge like.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I've been on it for like back and my shoulder, and I hate it. I mean, I'm an asshole to begin with, and then you amp it up. You amp that up with steroids. Oh, like prednisone is like the fucking is evil.
Yeah,
it's evil shit, man.
When Ruth found out I was going on prednisone, she goes, "I'll see you in a couple of weeks."
Yeah.
He didn't want anything to do with me.
Here's a check. Go to a hotel. Yeah. Oh, I don't blame her. Oh, it's rubbish, man. It's horrible.
Because I get hyper. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're turning to Tweet from South Park. Just all the time. It's horrible, man.
It is terrible.
Absolutely. All right. We have 10 minutes to go, but we can wrap it up unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about.
Wrap it
up. All right. Without further ado, final thoughts. We'll go with the brother Bishop Pook Dawg.
Well, I just want to be congratulated. I just got my seventh booster shot. So I just got my seventh
booster shot. All
right.
I
know I've had myself.
Wow.
Would be proud of me, as you guys know. My pharmacist, I think he's
dead till you're fully vaxxed.
Yeah.
You're not. You're not.
Unless you're Jamie Foxx. Oops.
Oh,
well, that's
too soon.
Well, it looks like that guy's been fully vaxxed for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's done with his vaccination process.
I think so.
But my pharmacist, he's a total asshole. He's like giving me the shot and like freaking laughing and saying that I was going to kill myself and that the studies show this and that and the other thing. That guy's just a right winger, man. And I'm just getting my backs, man. I'm doing my part. So,
so you loved your Fauci ouchie?
Oh, bro, I got a Fauci candle. Candle.
You're not there until you get a Pfizer tattoo on.
I mean, I don't pray. Yeah. I don't pray to Dr. Fauci like I would a Jesus candle, but it's there in the room, and I light it every once in a while. Give me that good, Dr. Fauci. I am the science. I get that candle going. I just inhale it. I am the science.
That dude straight sounds like a Coney Island freaking hot dog vendor and shit.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
But anyway, he's warning me about this myocarditis and all this other crap, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. These are just right wing talking points. I just kind of blew it off, but. Yeah, so those are my final thoughts. If you're not vaxxed, oh my God, what have you been doing? What have you been doing?
Yeah, what have you been
3 years? What have you been doing? You should be on your freaking 7th booster like me at least. I commend those that are on their 9th, 10th boosters. So, all right, that's final thoughts. That's it.
All right, Pops, what you got for us?
I'm amazed at the number of now celebrities that are recognizing the 22. That are coming out and saying we got to find a way to get this better, and it's neat to see because I'm not a real big, I'm not very fond of most celebrities, but we're seeing some people doing some decent stuff, and we need it, and hopefully they get some action.
Absolutely, I love it. Yeah, Chris Pratt's out there working with Jack Carr, former Navy SEAL. Terminal List fan. I actually got to start picking up these books, the Jack Reese books by Jack Carr. I got to start getting into those because I love the Terminal List. Darkest shit fucking I've ever watched on TV ever, really, but awesome. And I think he's doing good shit. Unfortunately, there's a writer's strike right now, So that's going to be delayed, but it is what it is.
That and Reacher, yeah.
Yeah, that and Reacher are both delayed because of that, but it is what it is. But hey, my final thoughts are, remember, never take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There's plenty of resources out there. I know it sucks. I understand the chronic pain. I understand the depression. I understand all of it. And I have reached out multiple times. I call some of these guys at fucking 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. I've called Richie. I've called Pook. I've called Doc. I've called Tim. Basically almost blackout drunk and just needed to talk to somebody, and I did it. Do that before you do something that you can't take back, because we need all of you, every single one of you, because I've said it for years, but things probably get pretty interesting. So we need every single one of our trained military veterans. So without further ado,
and if nothing else, you could be one of our listeners, and we need the numbers.
yeah, we do need the numbers for sure. Without it, although Sports Church is doing very well. It's doing very good. It's awesome. I love it, and thank you all for tuning in and listening and sharing this out. Go to Rumble, get a Rumble account, get a Twitter account, follow us on there. Give us a heads up, give us a thumbs. Helps us out tremendously. We love it. All right, Kyle.
The Bishop's got a question.
Hey, no, I don't. I just got a real comment before you sign off the air. I almost forgot in my final thoughts. I wanted to wish Mini and his people a happy Pride Month. I'm hoping that they get extended to a summer. I love for Mini's Bud Light drinking ass.
Emotional damage.
God bless your Bud Light drinking ass and your holiday. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Here we go.
So my final thoughts are, if you're a Miami Heat fan, you can suck it. I don't give a shit. You're getting your ass kicked right now. 46-35.
Ooh.
So go Denver Nuggets.
There you go.
Other than that, tomorrow's Monday. Don't make it a shit show. Make it how you want to make it. If things seem weird, take a step back, take a deep breath in, figure it out. That's what we do. Other than that, have a great week. Check me out Tuesday for Dummy of the Week. I got some really interesting dummies. Other than that, go Bears. Bye.
Go Bears. Go Bears. What the shit is that?
I had to give Pook some sort of help.
Big shit
Go
again.
Bears. Go Bears.
See y'all later, guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.